Kedgley.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. A question for the Minister for Agriculture. Has he had the opportunity to view the new colony cage systems for hens, which the National Animal Welfare Advisory Committee is proposing will replace battery hen cages? And if so, does he believe they are acceptable from an animal welfare perspective?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, to the first part of the question, yes, I have. To the second part of the question, I do not believe it's in the public of interest to express a personal point of view at this stage, as I am awaiting the delivery of a code of welfare that is being prepared currently by NAWAC, the National Animal Welfare Advisory Committee.
Sue Kedgley.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order. Sue Kedgley.
A point of order, Mr Speaker. The Minister is the Minister for Animal Welfare as well as MAF. He has told us that he's been to see these new cage systems. I think it's perfectly reasonable to ask him for his opinion, and in a previous speaker has agreed.
Order. The Minister's perfectly at liberty to, on the grounds given, not to express a personal opinion. We cannot force ministers to give personal opinions, and it was perfectly reasonable grounds he advanced for not expressing a personal view. Sue Kedgley, supplementary question.
Has the taxpayer contributed funding towards the trial of the new colony cage systems through MAF's Sustainable Farming Fund? And if so, how much?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, I'm not aware of any funding from the Sustainable Farming Fund towards the testing of the new colony rich system. I'm certainly aware that through Vote Agriculture we fund the work of the National Animal Welfare Advisory Committee.
Sue Kedgley.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Sue Kedgley.
I seek leave to give table a Sustainable Farming Fund project which shows that $390,000 were contributed towards the colony cage system.
What the source of the document is?
It is from the MAF website.
Leave is sought to table this document from the MAF website. Is there any objection? There is objection.
Does he agree that taxpayers and the media should be able to view the new colony cage systems so they can see for themselves how MAF's money has been spent and whether the new cages provide good welfare for the hens, and if not, why not?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, it would be useful if the public was more aware of the benefits of such systems of farming. The difficulty in allowing some people in is, in past experience, they haven't respected the privilege of being allowed into these places, and in many cases there is also quite a considerable biosecurity risk in allowing members of the public into quite intensive farming systems.
Sue Kedgley.
Since the Egg Producers Federation is refusing to allow any members of the media in to see the new colony cage systems, would he be prepared to go on one tour of the colony cage project and take members of the media with him? And if not, why not?
The Honourable David Carter.
As I said in an earlier answer to the question, I have already had the opportunity of having a very good look at these systems. I think they are a considerable improvement on the current system, but what we need to do is allow this work to be done by NAWAC in a non-emotional, scientific way so that we can deliver credible codes of welfare to this industry as we do to other industries.
Sue Kedgley.
Does he agree that the reason for the excessive secrecy surrounding the trial could be a fear that if people were able to see the cages for themselves, they would consider them to be unspeakably cruel? And if not, why not?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, no, I don't accept that for 1 minute.
Sue Kedgley.
Why has MAF spent hundreds of thousands of dollars assisting the egg industry to move from one cruel cage system to another, instead of requiring the industry to shift to free-range or barn systems?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, we need to wait for the finalisation of the Code of Welfare before we know what recommended system will be available to New Zealand egg producers. I am aware that if we were to shift to a completely free-range system, then the costs of egg production in this country would dramatically increase.
Question number 4, the Honourable Annette King.
Thank you, Mr.